Okay, Airton, first of all, very happy birthday for this week.
Thank you.
The RAA MPL SA is back this weekend. You're entering as reigning champions. First of all, take us back to last year and how did it feel to end the season lifting the trophy at Jepps Cross?
Look, we can't deny the fact that last year was a very special year. I guess it's a sense of a job well done. We obviously started the process a little bit earlier, a couple of years ago, those players coming through, and it was all about staging, First season, yes, we finished mid-table. Second season, we learned from that. Second season, we grew a little bit more, then we ended up playing finals, got knocked out in the first game of the finals. And then obviously the players also learn, got more experience from that, and then what happened last year was again just I guess a consequence of a job well done, the belief that we have in those players, the philosophy of the club, what we want to be as a club. It was not just the fact that we end up winning the championship, which was very special, we can't deny that, but also the fact that we did our job, our main job, which is helping those players to go to the next level.
You talk about the philosophy and the progress that the squad has made. Talk to us a little bit more about that, and does that change year on year, or is there a set philosophy that runs from bottom all the way to the top within the club?
Look, I don't think it's something that you call it a philosophy or a way of doing things. People can define that in different ways, but for us it's important that we want to instigate that belief in those young players. Obviously, when I came into the club and Carl was already here, we believed in working with young players, giving young South Australia players the opportunity to go to the next level. And we wanted to provide an environment that was conducive of helping those players to achieve that. So self-belief, that self-motivation, confidence is really important. We want those kids to play with no fear. They have to have that belief. And they have to know that in order to go to the next level, they have to be very strong mentally, so we challenge them. So if you don't have that mentality from the get-go, players will find out they're not good enough for us, because to go to the next level, you need that. So the philosophy or the way of doing things doesn't change. We want to play football in a certain way. What I mean by the certain way is playing the type of football that helps the players to get challenged and then make the next step to the next level, because as we all know, there's no secret here, we play every game that we play in NPL, we want to win, and teams that play against us, they know now they have to bring the best game because we bring something different to the competition. But the main priority is that those players can move on to the A-League, national teams, reach the top level. That's why we do this job, and that's the philosophy of the club, obviously.
Just on that, there's been a lot of attention, particularly within the last 12 to 2 years, about the quality of young South Australian players coming through. Just how important is the MPL side set up important to that process? And Ayrton, just how proud are you to be a part of that process?
I'm really proud to be a part of this process. Obviously, you have to go back a little bit, back in my old days when I was working at the Federation. We set up something in place. I was always a big believer on young players and believing in young players, providing them the opportunity. Obviously, then 3 years ago I left my job and came to Adelaide United, doing what I love doing. Don't get me wrong, I had a good time at the Federation, but I love this job. I like being involved with young players. I like the psychology of getting young players to go through the challenge and raise up to those challenges and go to the next level. So that was extremely important. So we think that if you look back on what we've done so far and how the club is aligned based on the same philosophy, I think we're on the right track. So we just want to continue that. This year is going to be no difference. We have a group of less experienced players. Some are not quite ready, but it's going to be like building blocks, stepping stones in order to achieve those goals.
Good segue there. So let's move on to this season in particular. Obviously, every year, the NPL side, you have fresh faces coming in, older faces moving up into the senior setup. Any new faces that are coming in, and will we recognise any senior kind of fringe players involved in the NPL setup this season?
Look, the way we operate here obviously is based on a little bit what happens with the A-League, the requirements that Carl might need certain players to play, or sometimes players might need match minutes, you know what I mean? So they might come down to play games, coming back from injuries and so on. So we don't really know. Our squad is very inconsistent as far as, you know, players are changing, coming in and out every week. So I might get to know on Friday night or day before the game who's coming down or who's not coming down, or changes might occur. So we need to be prepared for that. And we find with that. We work with a sort of a very established template, so everybody understands what we want to do as a team and everybody buys into it. But we, as I mentioned before, we have some, especially looking for this game coming on Saturday, some inexperienced players. Some have not played senior football. It's going to be more of the case of some of those players that played quite a lot of games in the reserves last year, taking the next step up. So again, it's the next step, it's the next challenge for them. So there's some exciting young prospect players. I don't like to put names on players because you never know. We don't need that extra pressure. We just want players to enjoy what they do. Yeah, the team will be probably, let's put it this way, less experienced. Some players have played some senior football, some play minutes, and some have not played at senior level. Will be playing this weekend.
And what a way to start the season, playing at Cooper Stadium. I'm sure the playing group is over the moon to be playing on the same pitch as the senior boys will do later in the day. Just how excited is the squad to play at Cooper Stadium on Saturday against a tough Campbelltown City side?
Players are extremely excited because that's what the players come on weekend to watch A-League playing. Everybody wants to play at Coopers. Everyone, even A-League teams, like to come to Coopers because of the atmosphere, the stadium, the pitch is outstanding. So lots of things going for, and as you would expect, all these boys are very excited to be able to have the opportunity to play at Coopers. So I think that's a good sort of a initiative from the club that, you know, hopefully we can have more of that. Some of those young players playing before the A-League, playing at Coopers, you know, so they can have a taste of what it might be for the future. So I'm extremely excited, you know, and the boys are pumped as well. So we're hoping that, you know, it will be a good game, and the boys will bring, like we always do. We have this philosophy. We wanna play exciting football. We wanna be entertaining. I think football without that is not real football. So we're going to continue to do and play the way we wanna play, and we're hoping it's going to be a good spectacle for the people that come into the game, and hopefully we can get a few more of those.
Beautiful. Well, good luck for the season, Ayrton, and we'll talk to you soon, I'm sure.
You're welcome. Thank you.